Bonjour, it's Emily. Welcome to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, I post videos every Sunday about camera gear, tips and tricks, and sometimes I take you in the field with me. So if you want to keep up, feel free to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell so you know when my videos are going to be on. And for those of you who already subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It helps my channel. So for today's video, I thought I would give you 10 items that are always in my camera bag with me. And when I say bag, I mean teeny tiny sling bag, because that's what I use, because I use OM system and it's a very compact camera. So my 6-liter bag is basically all I have when I go out every day to shoot. So let's get started. So item number 1, a light. Yes, that's right. You always want to have a light with you in your camera bag. This is actually a Lume Cube lamp. I don't think they do them anymore, unfortunately. They partner with Platypod, if some of you are using Platypods. And when I go out in the forest and if I find some mushrooms, for example, I want to light them up. And this works great. Like I have a couple of shots here of the mushroom that I lit up. And with it, I always have this little box of filters that goes in to add some color to the light that I'm going to diffuse. So highly recommend it. It's just a fun item. Especially if you don't have a flash with you all the time, then you could use it with the little diffuser as well. And it's tiny. Look at that, very small. Item number 2, cloth. That's right, you want to make sure that your lens is clean. So I have a color cloth, a blue color cloth, a white color cloth for my lens, but I also have this cloth, and this one I use for the body, the camera body. So 2 very small items that to me are necessary. You don't want to go out without being able to clean your lens. I mean, I guess you could, do a lot of work on Photoshop afterward, but it's not worth it. This will save you a lot of time. Item number 3, an extra battery. I never really had an issue with my batteries not lasting, especially if I have the EM1X and the 2 batteries, but just in case, I have an extra battery with me. And what I love about the OM system batteries is that you see this little window and it basically tells you if your battery is full or empty. So if you have multiple batteries, this is how I organize them. First of all, I don't have to buy anything extra. It comes in that little box, and here is the window. So if my battery is full, there is an arrow on the battery and I put it here, so the arrow is up. And if the battery is not full, then I put it down. Then there is nothing showing up in my little window. So pretty efficient way to keep track of your batteries. Item number 4, an extra SD card, because you never know if maybe you will fill out your SD card. I have pretty high SD card, 128, 64 gigabytes. So usually it's not an issue for me, but in case I have the really terrible card failure sign in my camera, which I think I had once happen, then I know I have an extra battery. So it's kind of like a peace of mind. Item number 5, that's the Peakdesign X wrench, because I use the Peakdesign system. So from time to time, it needs to be tightened up a little bit, especially because I use the capture clip. So sometimes this can be a little bit not super tight, so I like to have that. Or sometimes I want to get rid of this, so I always have this little gear with me. Item number 6, you might have noticed that I have those little clip here, and they are to attach my Peakdesign leash. And that's, a very efficient way to get rid of this when I don't need it. But I think since I put them on, I had to replace one. so they last a really, really long time. But in case something happened and I can see a little red showing, that means that this is failing and I need to replace it so I don't, have an accident with my camera. So I always carry 2 of those little thing with me in my camera bag, just as a safety net. So for item number 7, a polarizer filter. I always have one with me because I live in New Hampshire, lots of lake, lots of water. When I go and shoot beavers, it's also great to sometimes add a polarizer filter to kind of tame that effect on the photo. And also it's winter, so if I want to have like a little bluer sky, a sky that pops, I will put on a polarizer filter. Number 8, business cards. I think people don't think about taking their business cards with them when they go shooting. And I think for me that's a missed opportunity because you're going to meet so many interesting people on the trail that you might partner with, that might be interested in your work, or that you might want to follow, and get in touch with, or invite to your camera club if you're part of a camera club. So mine are actually super small. I mean, you can see they're from Moo. It's a really good company, actually. I had some issue at the beginning with those cards. I contacted them and they redid all the cards for me. So what I like about those cards is they all have, a different image. Or you can actually decide that you're only going to have 5 different images or 10 different images. I think it's great because it really helps you to showcase different type of work that you might be doing, and also it's really help you stand apart in the crowd. I always get compliment on those cards and people always love to kind of pick their favorite image. So it's kind of like having a mini portfolio with you when you go out. Number 9. So number 9 might feel a bit redundant because it's a flashlight and you're going to tell me, Emily, you already told us to, bring a light. That was your item number 1. That's true, but my item number 1 doesn't have a very long battery life. So if I'm out in the woods and all of a sudden I think, hey, what time is it? Oh, whoopsie, I've been in the woods like 3 hours instead of 1, and now it's getting dark and I'm gonna have to walk 45 minutes in the dark. That is not fun. I've done that once. That was a good lesson. Never again. So this is what I have. I have a flashlight and it's just very, very useful. Sure, I could use my phone as well. That's another option. But I just like to have something on my head and then, I can just concentrate on my path, and it's very useful. If I don't have item number 1, I can also use this for the glowing mushrooms or to light up a subject. So highly, highly recommend having a flashlight with you. No matter what, I'm sure you will use it, and that's a very inexpensive item. So make sure that you have a flashlight when you go out with you. And the last item, item number 10, is something I always have clipped on my camera bag everywhere I go, and it's a carabiner. We should all have carabiners, like flashlight. That should be an item that should always come with us. It's very useful. So it's always clipped here, and then I can add some extra gear, like a reflector. I could clip it here. My pair of gloves, if I'm too hot, I clip it here. Maybe my platypod, I will clip it here if I don't have space inside my bag. It's like an extra hand or an extension of your camera bag. So carabiner, it might be my last item that I'm giving you, but it's definitely an item that I would highly recommend having with you. So I hope this video was very informative, and I cannot wait to have a discussion with you this weekend and see what are your must-have in your camera bag. Maybe I'm missing something in my camera bag. So just let me know below. It has to be teeny tiny though, because guys, I don't like to carry a lot of things. So post it in the comment below, and I will see you next Sunday. Au revoir.